My name is Dunnits, I do builds and stuff. Today's video is simply what the title says, rockets and nova bombs, because we will be getting infinite ammo for our Void rocket launcher and infinite nova bombs, very fast supers, and on top of that we will be also featuring some exceptional Void seasonal artifact perks that really buff this build out, volatile rounds, weakening, and free overshields on tap. We will be featuring the seasonal artifact perk Perpetual Destruction, where you're going to get free ammo for your rocket launchers, and an absolute relic of a rocket launcher called the Red Herring that we got from the Witch Queen DLC, Red Herring with Field Prep Frenzy, and we will also be featuring the Skull of Dire Ahamkara for fast Nova Bomb gains. Absolute crazy super gains. Look at how much Nova Bomb you get back here. Bosh. So we'll start the build off with the Red Herring adaptive frame. Like I said, you get this from the Seventh Throne World. Now, it's got field prep on there, greatly increased ammo reserves, improved faster reload start and ready speed when you are crouched. You get 11 in the mag with this, which we'll go into in a moment. I also put Frenzy on there. Being in combat for an extended time increases the damage handling and reload this weapon when you're in combat for an improved duration. And it's also got the origin trait Psycho Hack on there, which we'll go into a little bit as we go, but this exhausts targets. And it's quite an important part of the build as well, the Psycho Hack, but like I said, enhanced field prep gives you 11 in the magazine with Void reserves. A big part of the build is the Perpetual Destruction, rapid final blows with non-exotic rocket launchers, refund ammo and increased reload speed for a short duration. I did a whole video where I went a little bit more in depth on this, but basically you get a few multi-kills, double kills, triple kills, and you're just going to keep getting ammo back in that magazine, 2s and 1s and 3s in a certain situation. So it sort of works like a counter, like a stacking chance of getting ammo, and it's very noticeable, especially if you can get like 2 or 3 kills on the go. You can literally just keep spamming your rocket launcher. The minor enemies seem to give you 2, but if you kill like a group of them, where there's like 3 or 4 of them, you can actually get 3 and 4 back, which like I said, I did a video on that. I'll link that. But basically, you are going to be able to literally spam this rocket launcher, get loads of ammo back as long as you're getting double and triple kills. The other thing to note as well is if you kill a champion, I'd probably say 80% of the time, you're going to get 2 back. Like, I've tested this quite a lot. Between like 80 and 90% of the time, you seem to get heavy ammo back, which is excellent, on top of the little minor enemies that you kill, the rank and files. And it also works really nicely if you kill a few sort of like yellow bars or orange bars as well in the mix. Now, if you add in the other seasonal artifact perk Gold from Lead, picking up special ammo has the chance to grant heavy ammo. On its own, it's not particularly like insane, it's like a 1 in 6 chance, but when you pair it up with Perpetual Destruction, both working together, plus your heavy ammo finders or your special ammo finders, it works really well together. But on its own, it's okay, but when you pair it up, it is very good, especially with your heavy ammo finders, etc. Now, if you just take a look at this clip, you'll notice I'm also getting a Void Overshield on tap pretty much every time we apply weakening. This is the seasonal artifact perks, which are an absolutely perfect introduction for this build. So we'll start off with the Volatile Marksman, Rapid Void Precision Hits and Rapid Void Weapon Final Blows grant volatile rounds, and then volatile detonations give you class ability regen, which is perfect for your Void rocket launcher. Now you go Maligned Harvest, rapidly applying volatile, causes your next instance of Void weapon damage to create a weakening burst. So we're going to be creating weakening bursts with them 2 alone. And then if you apply weakening, it's also going to provide a small Void Overshield. Now we're on a Void Warlock. Applying weakening is not a problem one little bit because of Child of the Old Gods. Every time you put your Rift down, it's going to create Void Souls which fly towards enemy, drain them. You get grenade or melee energy depending on which one you're running, and it applies the weakening 15%. I'm pairing it up with Feed the Void. So you're going to have Infinite Devour, and then Suppressor Grenade, any grenade you want. As long as you pair it up with Echo of Undermining, you've literally got weakening on tap. So whether you throw your grenade to weaken, or you put your Child of the Old Gods down, you're applying weakening for all your volatile stuff, and you're getting a free Void Overshield on tap. Now, bearing in mind, you've also got Devour going pretty much all of the time with this particular build, but that Void Overshield is so noticeable now. They got buffed a couple of seasons back. I think they give you 150 HP now, basically, and it's very noticeable, and it's very easy to apply on the Warlock, whether you use your Child of the Old Gods or your Suppressor Grenade. Just like so, just having them Child of the Old Gods, and just watch this ammo again from a champion kill. 2 in the bag. Great stuff. Now, to make things even more deadly, as well as your rocket launcher damage, adding Void Flux, defeating weakened targets with Void Weapons, applies volatile to nearby targets. Now, bearing in mind, you've got all the other seasonal artifact perks going as well, so you're going to be applying volatile as well, getting overshields, and you're getting heavy ammo. I'm going to say it, look at the state of that. Free heavy ammo, overshields, volatile, weakening, the lot. It's absolutely magical. Really, really strong little setup. Now, I'm just going to show you a few more clips of the Perpetual Destruction working, where you can just literally spam. Now, Frenzy, I really like Frenzy as the secondary option, because not only does it give you extra damage increase, 15%, it actually gives you increased handling and reload, which really helps the rocket launcher as well. So you can literally just get free heavy ammo. That's the last I'm going to talk about the free heavy ammo. Like, when I did the build, I was thinking like loads of different options for exotics, like Briar Binds, filaments, things like that. But the one that I really found extremely useful was the Skull of Dire Ahamkara. Provides additional damage resistance during Nova Bomb. Nova Bomb final blows grant you super energy, and weapon final blows grant you super energy while you have Devour active. So basically the little loop of play, like you don't need me to tell you, throw your Nova Bomb, just like so. Look at the state of that, how much super energy you get back. Nearly half your super from about 6 kills. Bearing in mind, you've got all that volatile stuff going on as well. So basically, you're going to throw your Nova Bomb, even if you get like a small amount of your Nova Bomb back, you've got your Devour active, your Skull of Dire Ahamkara gives you increased super regen when you've got Devour active. Get your rocket launcher out, keep your Devour going, get free ammo, and again, you've got all that volatile stuff going on. So you can literally just keep spamming this rocket launcher, improving your Skull of Dire Ahamkara exotic effects, loads of super regen. It's an absolute joke. It is so good. The build itself is going to be absolutely exceptional for things like Dual Destiny, things like Onslaught. I reckon it'd work in GMs. Obviously, the chances of you getting the ammo back would be a bit less, but I used it in a GM the other night, and it was pretty much okay. But I'd definitely recommend using it in Onslaught and things like that. We've got more ways to buff the super out as well. Just with the origin trait on this Psycho hack, this actually exhausts enemies, and if you run Disruptor Spike, you're going to improve the effects of the exhaustion that this rocket launcher applies. And we can get even more super energy via Elemental Siphon, rapid final blows with a weapon that matches your super, i.e. the Void weapon. You're going to get loads and loads of elemental pickups, and when you pick them up, you're going to get increased super energy on top of your Skull of Dire Ahamkara exotic trait. And then one more for your final boost for your super, Elemental Supercharger, defeating Exhausted, i.e. Psycho Hack, or your Suppressor Grenade is going to give you increased super regen. So you can literally get so much super energy so fast with this build. And obviously again, we've touched on the heavy ammo. You can literally just spam this rocket launcher. This is why the build is called Rockets and Nova Bombs, because that is literally what you do. And you can just see on that bar there just how much super energy you just get. You're just literally getting chunks, especially from them Void Breaches that you pick up from the Elemental Siphon. And just another quick little thing as well, there's a couple of different options on the seasonal artifact pack if you want to buff out some damage, for example. We'll go into that in a moment, but just look at the state of it. I'm just getting literally free heavy ammo, which is absolutely nuts. Now, like I said, if you want to buff your super out, you can go Limit Break, where you're going to get a 30% extra damage on your Nova Bomb if you got Devourer active. And then it also stacks with 2 shreds. I know a couple of people have done it. You're going to get an extra 15%. The unraveling effect has no effect on this build, but it does actually buff your super out by 15%, so you can actually run both of them together to get a 45% damage increase on your Nova Bomb if you want. Just an option. I don't personally run them. I just like spamming my Nova Bomb with the elemental supercharger, and then the void flux is really important. So it's just an option I wanted to show you if you needed to make your Nova Bomb do a bit of extra damage. But like I said, literally throw your Nova Bomb, get your Devour going. You've got loads of things going on, free heavy ammo, and you can literally just destroy rooms of enemies like so. Again, I just want to sort of say, I've only used it a couple of times in a GM. It's fine, as we know. Skull of Dire, Ahamkara, Nova Bomb, Devour builds with weakening are always solid in GMs. I've done an absolute load of builds and lost sectors and things like that, but I think it will really shine for things like Dual Destiny, things like Onslaught, high enemy density situations. I'll go over my fragments. Echo of Undermining with your Suppressor Grenade or any other grenade, but a Suppressor Grenade, this is going to make all of your grenades have a 15% weakening effect, as well as your Child of the Old Gods. Echo of Harvest is exceptional. Defeating weakened target, it creates an orb of power and a void breach, which obviously is excellent for this build. And then Echo of Starvation, every time you pick up a void breach or an orb of power, it's going to grant you Devour, just so you don't have to always rely on getting a kill, especially with your Suppressor Grenade. You're going to get infinite Devour going. And then lastly, Echo of Persistence, void debuffs applied to you, i.e. Overshield and Devour, have an increased duration. There's my mods. I'll also leave a dim link in the video description. That is my setup, my customization. As well as the rocket launcher, there's some really strong void weapons to pair up as well, something like Slayer's Fang. You've also got Buried Bloodline, things like that, Luminarch, Lotus Eater Adept, with loads of different roles on that. Destabilizing Repulsor is obviously a very good one, and like I said, there's loads of good void weapons you can pair up with it. Just a quick note, I did do a video on the Semi-Otician on my Titan, just sort of like a quick going over on how the Perpetual deconstruction works. Now, I did say I was going to do a video on that today. That is coming on Monday instead. I found this one to be very, very fun. So stay tuned on Monday for a Strand Titan build with the Semi-Otician Strand rocket launcher that's going to put out an absolute crap ton of damage via hazardous propulsion. So stay tuned for that one. I'll leave a dim link for this in the video description and a Mobilytics link. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.